Assalamualaikum, my name is Anur Hasira with Hafizi Hanesfazi. My meeting number A21A2396. Intro about the Top Glove Company. Founder of Top Glove Company is Tan Sri Dr. Lim Wee Chai. Founded in 1991, Top Glove owns and operates 15 manufacturing facilities in Malaysia, Thailand, China, and Vietnam. Top Glove has grown to become the world's largest glove producer with a market share of 26%. Top Glove Corporation Company type is a public limited company. In August 2001, Top Glove was listed on the Kuala Lumpur Stock Exchange. Top Glove manufactures and sell latex, vial, and lethal examination glove, as well as surgical, clean room glove, household glove, industrial glove, as well as gas polyethylene and thermoplastic elaster glove. Sector that Top Glove Company involved is polymer sector. Top Glove Corporation Berhad control more than 24% of the worldwide rubber glove market.
Impact and effect of COVID-19 to Top Glove Corporation. Scarcity, choice and opportunity cost. Scarcity in economic terms means that resources are scarce and cannot meet all human needs. A choice is a decision based on the viable options. When a decision is made, the opportunity cost is the cost of foregoing the other ideal option. When Malaysia implemented the Movement Control Order (MCO) in March to combat the spread of COVID-19, rubber gloves manufacturers were only allowed to operate at half capacity, causing production to suffer as well as concerns about not being able to meet global demand. 20 Top Glove factories were temporarily closed, with 8 of its production facilities remaining open, reducing production by 10% to 20%. The company also expects revenue for the current fiscal year, which ends on August 31st, 2021, to be reduced by 3% as a result of the temporary suspension of its production facility in Klang, Selangor. Despite this, research firms continue to be interested in Top Gloves due to its position as a beneficiary of global demand for rubber gloves. Factors of production Top Gloves. There are 4. The first one, land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship. Now we are going to talk about land. As a result, the land is the source of all matter and the starting point of all production. Because of its clarity in comparison to demand, the input is one of the most important characteristics of the land. This means that the project's land cannot be used for anything else. Top Glove Corporation has been constructed in a variety of states and countries. Secondly, labor. Labor refers to all or any physical or mental activities performed by a person in exchange for monetary compensation. All human efforts undertaken in the expectation of a reward are referred to as a labor. During the manufacturing process, labor is extremely important. Third, capital. During pandemic COVID-19, this indicates that there is still a high prospect for domestic and international demand for rubber gloves. As a result, the high production factor of the rubber gloves manufacturing industry causes this. In contrast, money is not a factor of production because it is only indirectly involved in the production of a good or service. Lastly, entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurs are people who combine and coordinate production factors such as land, capital, and labor to create goods and services. Entrepreneurs must be intelligent and well-versed in a company's latest developments and innovations. During the pandemic COVID-19, 20 Top Glove factories temporarily closed, with 8 of its production facilities remaining open, reducing output by 10 to 20%.
Then let's get to demand and supply. Demand and supply were the quantities of a commodity that producers wanted to sell at a different prices and the quantities that customers wanted to buy. When prices rise, less is demanded. When the prices fall, more is demanded. Firms will find it more profitable to increase supply when prices are higher. Top Glove Corporation does not expect glove demand to increase by 20% by 2020 and to 25% in 2021. Now let's get to the Top Gloves and Rubber Huts demand and supply graph. At the price of RM10, quantity demanded is 100 and quantity of supply is 500. At price 8, quantity of demand is 200 and quantity of supply is 400. At price RM6, the quantity of demand is 300 and quantity of supply is also 300. At price of RM4, the quantity of demand is 400 whereas the quantity of supply is 200. At last, when the price is RM2, the quantity of demand is 500 and the quantity of supply is 100. Demand function. Demand function equals to the quantity is demanded equals to A plus BP. At P, RM8 and the quantity demand is 200, we are just going to replace the quantity demanded and the price to find the value of A and B to form an equation. Okay, first of all, we will have to find B with the differences between Q and differences between Q over differences between P, and which is will be 300 minus 200 over 6 minus 8, and the answer is negative 50. So, we will replace the answer we got for B, which is negative 50, in an equation at P RM is 8 and quantity demanded is 200. 200 equals to A minus 50, and the B will be negative and the B will be 8. The P will be 8 and the B will be negative 50, whereas the A we will be getting is 600. So the demanded equation will be QD equals to 600 minus 50P. And for the supply function, quantity supplied equals to C equals to B times P. At P, it is RM10 and Q is 500, and at P it's RM8 and QS is 400. We are going to find the B again by dividing the differences between Q and P, which is 400 minus 500 over 8 minus 10, we will get 50. And we are going to replace our B with 50 in our equation, which at P RM10 and quantity supplied is 500. So 500 equals to A plus 50 times 10, and whereas the answer for A is 0. So the supply equation will be quantity supplied equals to 0 plus 50B. And lastly, the equilibrium condition demanded equal to supply. So we will have to equal the both equation we got before, which is demand function and supply function. 600 minus 50P equals to 0 plus 50P, and we will get the final value of P, which is QS equals to 0. QS equals to 0 plus 50 times 6, and the equilibrium quantity is Q equals to 300 and the price is 6. Production and cost. Production. The process of using production factors to create goods and services is referred to as production. The transformation of inputs and outputs is referred to as production. First of all, we're going to see about accounting profit. The items we have in accounting profit is total revenue, raw material, wages, utilities, interest on loans, carriage, inwards, equipment, insurance, inventories, total explicit cost, and accounting profit. To find out the accounting profit, we'll have to deduct total explicit cost to the total revenue, and which was, in this case, the account profit is RM 369,160,000 only. Economic profit. There are several items in economic profit, which are total revenue, raw materials, wages, utilities, interest on loans, carriage, inwards, equipment, insurance, inventories, total explicit cost, foregone wages, opportunity cost, and total implicit cost. To find the profit, we have to deduct total cost to the total revenue, and the profit for this top glove is RM 369,160,300 only. Short-run production. The table displays the total product, which is TP, marginal product MP, and the average product AP. The stages of the production are also shown in the table. There are three stages, which is stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. We can clearly see that at the number of workers of 5, there we can have a marginal product of total 100,000 and a total product of 500,000 and also an average product of 110,000. Even though at the number of workers of 4, the average product is higher than the number of workers of 5, but the total product and the marginal product is much way higher than the number of workers others compared. Thank you. When the total output increases from 0 to 6, the output is 0. When the total output increases from 6 to 7, the output is 0. When total output falls, it is because of labor constraint assumption. It is negative. It occurs because most consumers have lost their jobs and have no financial resources to make purchases. When the output increases from 0 to 5, it is greater than average count. When the output is maximum for 5, it means that the output is the same. When the output decreases after the labor consumption of 5, the output is less than average product.
Hi and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Imanina Baharudin and my meeting number is A2183-L2. I would like to discuss about Third Glove competitors. Third Glove Co. BHT is a company that made the largest glove in the world. Other competitors such as Hatta Lega Holding BHT, Kosa Ramba Industry BHT and Supermax Corp BHT, they also made a glove. Third Globe is a public company. Between the competitors, Third Globe is still growing in capacity from 60.5 pieces of glove to 70.1 pieces of glove from 2018 to 2019. This shows the demand for the glove is still growing and remain high for over the coming years. Next, I would like to discuss about third glove opportunity. Third glove opportunity are included in order to survive in these industries. The company alternative is to have a minimum price of selling. To get the minimum price of selling, they need to tie up with the local players. With that opportunity, Third Glove Corp will be grow up. Other than that, they also have opportunities in online spaces. With the opportunities, they could increasing adoption in online spaces.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Syafiqah binti Adnan. My metric number is AFT1083-L2. Today I would like to present the role of government. First, the government take action to assist the financial system come through the goal of growth, financial condition and so national stability. For example, privatization is a vital step in the development of the country. The policy emphasizes the necessity to guard the interest of the individual to confirm that the poor have the correct to basis service. This can be stopped the incident of monopoly practice. So the conclusion, the top glove is the land encompass all natural resources or nature award that are freely available. During the COVID-19, there are 20 factories are temporarily closed with 8 of its production facilities still open due to lack of land of manufacturing. The company is restructuring its business strategy by taking the initiative and increasing the use of online marketing.